Good everyone, my name is Oskar Syarief Yordan. So I would like to tell you about what is SLA, I mean history and behaviorism in SLA. So yeah, let's start. So in late 1950s and 60s, SLA is a stand for second language acquisition, and it was made for teaching. How do we adapt? How do we acquisitioning some other language or our second language? So back then, this is just a pedagogic term, I guess, at that time for this, for SLA, and it's just for academical stuff and something like that, based on how I read on the book. And behaviorism. Okay, let's start with behaviorism. So behaviorism in SLA is how the way you adapt over a language, or how your behavior react reacted on some language. So yeah, just based on our stimulus and response through the language, based on the language. So yeah, as we can see from this behaviorism, there's a lot of things that we can find in behaviorism, such as our mother tongue or something else. And yeah, there's some hard things that I can even explain on this section. So yeah, behaviorism, as we can see, is behavior. So it's related to SLA because the SLA itself is how do we acquisitioning other language, like, and we need some adaptation. I mean, like some adaptation or our behavior to the language to make us can, I don't know, pay attention or get into those language, get into the language that we want to master. So yeah, in behaviorism, there's a stimulus and response. So based on our stimulus and response is based on our mother tongue, how we how do we match our mother tongue and the other language, and makes the other language as a perfect sentences or perfect words for us to spoken or anything else. And yeah, and in the behaviorism, as we can see, we can take some example like I'm 12 years old in English, and in Indonesia, saya berumur 12 tahun. As we can see, the grammatical, it's really hard to understand based on if we kind of knew beyond this or we knew on this stuff. And yeah, how do we make it as a perfect as we can is by keep learning or by keep getting teaching by our teachers, and yeah, getting adapted by each sentence by sentences and makes us perfect or mastering the language itself. So yeah, in behaviorism there's, I don't know how do I code this, but we can, like, practicing makes everything perfect, you know. We can make some other language or another way to make this language we can master. We need to practice all the time, and it makes the stimulus or response make, I don't know, like considering self or matching themselves, like the same skill issue like that. And yeah, it makes us feel like, oh, we can mastering this language because our behaviorism or our routine makes this language we can mastering, because this language we can master all of this stuff. So yeah, at the end, this behaviorism is just based on how the way you study English language, okay? Based on how the way you study the first language and second language, and how the way you adapt with all of the stuff. And yeah, I think from all of my point of view, so, the main point of getting into some, I don't know, mastering some language is by how the way you behavior, how the way you act through the progress of getting getting to that language. I mean, how the way you progress on adapting or mastering those language. So yeah, I think behaviorism is really really important. I think that's all that I can say from behaviorism and the brief history about the psychology session. So yeah, SLA or just for academic stuff and just or pedagogic back at that. So because it was just some revolution or reformation, so SLA is more getting into more deeper or getting some branches on some education stuff. But yeah, I think that's all, guys. Thank you and hope you guys have a good day. Bye.